Hello, and thank you for joining Oli and Sedona Yoga for our post-run restorative workout. This workout starts standing and moves it quickly down to the mat, where you'll be holding each pose for 2 to 3 minutes. You might want to have a block, straps, pillows, and blankets available for assistance, and we're going to assume that you're already warm and ready to go. Let's talk to our mats. Alright, come to the front of your mat. We're going to begin by simply surrendering to a forward fold. So soften your knees, bring yourself down, let yourself surrender, and it's okay if your back's a little creaky. If it starts cursing at you a little bit, it's okay. Just take your time, and then you can just cross your arms in front and just pendulum back and forth. Letting that posterior chain relax. We'll be holding each of these poses for about 2 to 3 minutes, but we're not going to stay here quite as long, just because I don't want you to get a head rush. So when you're ready, just let your arms ragdoll down. And if you're able, place your palms on the floor. You might have to bend your knees. And then just start pedaling your feet side to side, bending and flexing the knees. And you have several options here, so take what feels good. You can be holding on here on your legs. You can still be cross-armed and just pedaling. Just give me 2 or 3 more pedals here like that. And then just surrender to your forward fold and hold. And give me 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. As you breathe out, step it on back to your plank, the top of a push-up. You always have the option to drop your knees if you like to chaturanga. Otherwise, keep those elbows in. Bring yourself down. We're just going to go into a little cobra. So just lift up. Your elbows stay bent. Kind of look from side to side. Little counter stretch on that low back to counter what we just did there in our forward hang. Hold it here. Take 1 breath. And as you exhale, push it back into a nice wide leg child's pose. So spread your legs wide. Sink your hips back. Reaching out with those fingertips. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Give me 2 breaths here in the center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale starts to walk you across, crossing one hand, the back hand on top of the other. And just give me 2 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And just walk that over to the other side. Your back arm comes on top. And 2 nice deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring it on back to the center. Walk yourself up to all fours. Give me a quick cat-cow. So inhale as you sink into the saddle of the back to cow. Exhaling as you round up to cat like a scared Halloween kitty. Inhale as you bring it back to a flat spine. Tuck your toes. Lift yourself up and back. Come into a down dog. Take a second to deepen, so bend your knees. Lift your tush a little higher. Drop your heels. And we're going to pedal this out. We're going to start with one breath on each side. So bend your right knee as you look under your left armpit. And inhale. And exhale. Switch to the other side. Left knee bends, look under the right armpit. Inhale. And exhale. Come into the center for one deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale lifts your right leg up just slightly, and then bring it on through to the outside of your arms. Here we're going to come into our lizard or dragon. So let that back toe relax. Arms come down. You're going to feel this open up through your hips, and we're going to be staying here for 2 minutes. So focus in on your breath. I'd like you to practice box breathing here. Inhaling for a 4 count. Baby pause at the top. And exhaling for a 4 count. Feel free to wiggle around in these restorative poses. You're not necessarily trying to find the stillness like you would in yin. Rather, you're working into those muscles that you worked on your run or your long hike. Just work into them. So feel free to rock side to side if that feels good, moving with your breath. Adjust the pose if that feels good. Make it work for you. And here's a good place too, if your head's feeling kind of heavy, if you have a block, you can take the pressure off your head by resting it on your block. Same thing, if you have a pillow, you can rest your head on your pillow. You can place one beneath your knee if you find your back knee is a little tender. Here for about 10 more seconds. Another deep breath or 2. And to come up out of this one, walk yourself up. Swing this leg around. Adjust this bottom leg. Lift up into a gate. We're just going to take one breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And as you exhale, come into your Janushirasana position. Turn towards that leg. We're going to be here for 3 minutes, and I'm going to show you 3 variations. Feel free to stay in one variation or do all 3 with me. First, you're turning towards that leg and you're just collapsing forward. If you want to reach forward and grab the toes, that's an option. If you want to hook around the foot, that's an option. If you have a strap or a towel and you want to use that, that's an option too. Focusing on your breathing and elongating those muscles you worked on your run. Feel free to close your eyes or keep them open, your choice. One more breath in this variation. Feel free to stay here if it's feeling good. I'm going to come out and put my strap to the side. I'm going to come up through center. I'm going to walk myself forward. Feel free to do the same. Or hold the other position if that was feeling right for your body today. Restorative yoga is all about healing your body. Sometimes you can hold poses for up to 20 minutes. We're not going to do that here today because we don't want to over elongate those muscles we just worked on that long run. But we want to give just enough time for them to start to open up, for those connective tissues to open up, to breathe some of those toxins out of those cells so that you can recover with minimal soreness. I'm going to walk up out and do one more variation here. Lifting up tall in the center first, and then I'm just going to collapse to the side. You can hold here using your arm for support. You can wrap your arm and tip all the way over. Yogi's choice. And again, feel free to rock if that's feeling right. Become very mindful in these workouts, tuning into what your body needs and giving it that healing love and energy, directing that healing love and energy with your breath. Your breath is the most vital part of any yoga workout. Pranayama, your breath work. And lift on back up into gate just to counter that forward breath. Inhale. And exhale. Turn it back around to all fours, but keep that back leg extended. We're just going to get a little calf stretch, so just curl those toes under and just press that heel back. And we're just going to stay here for 2 or 3 breaths. Might feel good to shift forward and back if that's working for you. Or you might want to hold a more static stretch. Your choice. And bring that leg back in. Come back into all fours. Give me another quick cat-cow. Inhaling, drop into cow. Exhaling, rounding to cat. Inhaling back to a flat spine, tucking your toes. Coming back up into that down dog. And holding here for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale brings that left leg forward for your lizard, stepping to the outside. Back knee comes down. Lean down into it. Remember, you have the option of taking your pillow or block, so you can take any pressure off your neck and just focusing on the opening up of the hips. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. Now be more quiet to let you focus on your breath. But as you stretch, do send yourself some TLC, some loving energy. Mindfully basking in the good feelings, that glow of accomplishment that comes after a good workout. Give me about 2 more breaths here, Yogi. Come on up out of this, walking yourself up. Walk it around. I'm going to turn this way so that you can see me. Open into that gate for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Coming into that Janu series on the other side. Remember, you have the option to use a strap. 3 variations, 3 minutes. Pick what works for you. I'm going to start facing the foot. Focusing on your breath. You can even make these a little dynamic if you want. Inhaling as you elongate. Exhaling as you go into flexion. Tuning into your body. And I'm going to transfer to the second position here. Feel free to stay where you're at if that's working for you. Otherwise, lift up, extend forward, and come into the forward variation of Janu. And I'm going to transfer to the third variation. Feel free to keep holding where you like. If you're going to tip over, remember you can have the arm for support. You can reach out and grab the toes, whatever works for you. Two or three more breaths here, yogi. And come out of that with a counter stretch, lifting back up in the gate, and take a breath. And come around. I'm going to turn forward on my mat here. Several options here. Watch what I do. Your first option is you're going to place the top of your foot flat against the mat here. And you're going to slowly start taking yourself back. You might feel enough stretch just sitting up here. You might be able to go all the way down. If that is not working for you, you have the option to lay on your side, grab a hold of the ankle, hold right here. Pick the variation that works for you. And we're going to be here for 2 minutes, focusing in on your 2 to 1 breath. Have elongating your exhales. What that does when you elongate your exhales is just activate your parasympathetic nervous system. When you exercise, especially if you were on a long run that went over an hour, you activate your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight side. Your cortisol levels increase. Our job here is to tap into that other side of our nervous system, reduce those hormones, return our bodies to homeostasis so that we maximize the benefits we get from our workout. Ever so gently, with infinite care, come on out of this. Bring yourself up. Take that leg out. Give it a little shake, and we're going to get that on the other side. So just bring that other leg back. Top of the foot against the mat. Or remember, you always have the option to lay here on your side. Take it on back if that's within the scope of your practice. And we're here for 2 minutes. I designed this workout the other day when I came off a 9-mile combination run and hike. So it does really help. Research shows that stretching after workouts won't necessarily eliminate delayed onset muscle soreness, but it can help prevent injury because when you work out, when you're running or doing strength training, you're shortening those muscle fibers, you're making them tighter. So this is just doing the opposite. We're opposing that action, maintaining that balance like yin and yang. Give me 1 or 2 more breaths here, yogi. And then with infinite care, come on up out of that. Gently, gently come up. Gently let that blood flow return. We're going to end with 2 hip openers, but before we do, we're going to activate our vagus nerve a little bit. So just go ahead and hold on behind your legs. We're going to rock and roll. So just rock and roll against your mat. What is your vagus nerve? It is the longest of your 12 cranial nerves. It runs all the way from the base of your spine, or from the base of your skull rather, to the base of your spine, hitting about every major organ on the way. And if you're like me and you struggle with anxiety, massaging your vagus nerve can help induce a sense of calm. It helps to carry those messages saying it's okay to relax. So give me 1 last rock. Come on up. And turn to sit forward with me for our fire lock. So bring your left leg underneath you. Top leg comes right up on top like you're stacking cordwood, but if this is too much for your hips and they're saying, whew, especially after a run, just take that top leg in front, come into an easy Sukhasana seated position. We're going to be here in our fire lock for 3 minutes. I'm going to play with shifting position. Feel free to follow me or take the option that works for you. Clamshell over those legs. First of 3 minutes. These are our last 2 stretches, yogi. And if you think about the vagus nerve and vagus nerve activation, it's instinctive. Think of what mothers instinctively do with their babies when they're crying and they need to be comforted. They rock them, they pat them on the back. That's vagus nerve activation. And you can do that too. You can do it for yourself. Anything that gently massages your spine. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start walking this over in one direction. Kind of like we did in our child's pose, and I'm going to hang out here for a minute. Feel free to follow me or simply stay forward, whatever your body is telling you it needs. I'm one yoga guide, but your ultimate yoga guide, especially with these restorative workouts, is your own body. And I'm just going to walk this on over to the other side. I'm going to hang out here for the final minute. Or most of it anyway. As we're coming to the end, I'm going to come back to the center and just take a breath or two here in the middle. And I'm going to walk myself gently up out of this one. And I'm just going to switch legs, bringing this to the inside. And if you were in a Sukhasana, you can just switch legs to the other one on the outside. Or bring this bottom leg parallel. Stack it up like you're stacking firewood. Elongate that beautiful spine. And then clamshell over those legs. 3 minutes here, our final stretch. Any style you would like. Just like I did on the other side. I'm going to start nosing over to one direction and hang out here for a minute. Again, elongating those exhales. Mindfully thanking yourself for the work that you've done and you continue to do to heal here. Walk it around. Over to the other side. I'm going to hang out here for most of the final minute. And if you have a pillow, you want to rest it on your lap to help you support your head, you can do that. I'm just going to kind of rest my head and my feet, but you can do however feels good to your body. Just like I did on the other side, I'm going to come back center for a final breath or two. And I'm going to slowly walk it up. I'm going to turn myself around. I'm going to roll it down, support yourself as you come into your final resting pose. I'm going to invite you, beautiful yogi, to take the next 5 minutes to absorb the benefits of your practice, Mindfully scan your body as you thank it for all the hard work that it's done. Thank you so much for joining Only in Sedona Yoga. Please join our family by subscribing to our channel, and we grow through you, so please share this video with others you think may benefit. Namaste.